Well, hello, good evening everyone. We have reached the pivotal point of the competition. The field is down to 16. We are therefore in exclusive company. Group tables are behind us. We have reached the cutthroat stage of the competition. Knockout football of the highest order, and it is live here. One glance and you know where we are. It is one of the most recognisable arenas for the beautiful game in the world. And boy, does it add to the occasion. Well, there's a perceptible change in mindset here, both in terms of crowd and players.
You know, Peter, it's the suddenness that I love when you get to this phase of the competition. The suddenness in which you can find yourself in a good position, or the suddenness in which...
Has a goal! Could fall kindly! Superb goal!
It's hardly a surprise, is it? That's what we're here for, a player with this wonderful knack of being able to show up and deliver at important times. Yet another example.
He was really quick to react to the initial save, and he has his reward.
That's just great play, Peter. A textbook example for any wannabe footballers out there on positioning and movement.
Well, that has certainly made things interesting. Torreira clips one through. Going for goal! Sticks it away! They are right back in business. That was easy, almost too easy.
Well, I think the keeper has every reason to rip into that defence for allowing him to get into such a good position.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Yet another to add to football's endless list of could-haves and should-haves.
Chelsea just had to make the ball stick, but came up short.
Deftly done. Played into space out wide. And that has been cleared. Gundogan. Hits one! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
Across the field it goes. Beautiful, intricate passing. They are toying with their opponents.
Well, they know that their version of what they do is extremely good. I mean, it's a level of possession that leaves the opposition chasing shadows.
Forward it goes. In with the challenge. And it's Sané. It's come loose. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Allen. Noon. Gundogan. Gundogan! Moisander. Oh, this is a fascinating time. Tight, exciting, energetic. Moisander gets wrestled off the ball. And now they can launch a counter. And Sané! Goal! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. That is just remarkable, the amount of bend he got on that.
You know, I'm not going to be hard on the goalkeeper because that moved all over the place on its journey.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, they deserve great credit for turning things around, but they'll now need the defensive resilience to equal that attacking flair.
Tries to get it forward quickly. Shoots! It's anyone's ball.
They didn't manage to get nearly enough into the box, and that speaks of little ambition.
Gets away from his opponents. It's a fine challenge and it goes his way.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Beautifully done. Gets it back. Ball's out on the left now. There's a long ball. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Harmash. And it's got through. He gets past his man. Regardless of the outcome, it is good to see someone running at the defence like that. And the finish! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Danger averted for now. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. Moisander lays it out to the flank. Gundogan. And the half-time whistle goes. Oh, what a comeback. Certainly I didn't see that coming, nor I think did many in this crowd. The midway point of the game.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2-1. And the game has already resumed here. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Hoists it forward. It's a decent ball. Big, real chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. Torreira. Gundogan. Allen. Great run on the overlap here. He's got options out wide. Gets into some space. And he's going long.
We can assume that they've been instructed by the boss to stay in attack.
They're just looking to break, aren't they?
Yeah, the key now is just to get the ball to them as soon as possible.
It was a move that looked promising, but eventually thwarted without doing any harm. Palmer. He's picked him out. He's had that put. Shoots! It's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Terrific audacity, just gorgeous skill.
Oh, look, the keeper didn't know whether he was coming or going in the end, and he just got lost.
He's made it 2, and no doubt he's hungry for more. So the lead now is 2.
Look, it's a whole different ball game now, Peter, and it's a test of how they manage affairs from here.
Noon, chip through. Promising move that, good inroads into enemy territory, but no joy. Just brushed off the ball there. Plays it out to the wing. Looks to clip it forward. Cleared away. Fernandez. Sonny! Oh, surely that deserved better.
That was created because of good, lively movement, which pretty much dictated the pass.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur. And it's played forward. Fernandez. Looking cross-field, changing the point of attack. What an adventurous run from a defender. Up he gets! Just off target.
That's a little unfortunate. He had a lot of people worried then.
Allen. Gundogan plays a clever pass. Defending of the desperate variety. Tries to dink it in, cuts it out. And help's available out wide. Sané played in, massive leap! Yes! And they are cruising away.
Yeah, looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning, stunning breakaway.
He snaffles his third, and that earns him the match ball.
This is one of the best performances I've seen in a while. He's practically taken on this team single-handedly, and they don't know how to stop him.
There's going to be another change here.
Yeah, he's run himself into the ground, hasn't he? And it's good to see that the crowd appreciate his efforts, because he has put in a real honest shift.
So now the difference is 3. Moisander hoists it forward. Played out to the right. Torreira battles to win it back. Well, he acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Gets it into the middle. Tries to get it forward quickly. Looks to thread it through. Ball through needs to be good here. Tried to play it through.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Allen. Torreira, who does have an assist to his name. Sanchez. And it's played forward. Noon. Look at the defender bombing forward. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. And it's the goalkeepers to claim. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. 1 foot firmly in the next round. Victory away from home, home comforts to come. much of the job is done. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
When you get free-flowing football out wide with consistent supply into the box, it brings excitement and entertainment to the proceedings. That was
Well, we welcome you to our coverage of the return leg of this first round tie. The outcome of the first leg could hardly have been more convincing. It leaves the general consensus being that the second leg should be little more than a mere procession, and you can understand why folk are feeling that. Well, there have been some notable comebacks over the history of this competition. The odds here do not look at all good. It is a venue this which simply adds to the spectacle of the game it stages. One of the most impressive arenas in this part of the world. So raring to go here, eager to finish the job and move on.
Well, seeing how well they played last time round, Peter, and seeing how that's boosted their confidence and morale while sapping away that of their opponents, this could be just a case of delivering the coup de grace here.
They've got underway here pretty promptly. Jan Maat. And it's Sané. It has been a rather gentle affair so far. He gets past his man. Sané has a goal!
Oh, it's die-hard defence and the willingness to put his body on the line. Very impressive.
Goes for the cross. That's surely a foul. Free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Sané stands over the ball. He'll be looking to dink one in. There's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. Denied by a great piece of goalkeeping.
Well, I thought the starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Forward it goes. Palmer. Beautifully done. Just brushed off the ball there.
It's a busy front line, lots of movement.
And is that working for you?
Well, not really.
Shoots! There's a goal! There is the breakthrough! Jim, your thoughts?
Yeah, and I think we may have had too many defenders ball watching then because they just lost sight of the real danger.
Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead. Hardly anything between the sides, and it's 1-0. Gets up to head it! Oh, just needed a better contact.
Well, he certainly got to the ball well enough, but the rest didn't quite come off for him.
Good work on the right flank. Now, what's next? Gundogan. Sanchez. Ihan. Throw it. Gundogan. Torreira. Sanchez. This is quite a run, and he's not done yet. Well, the defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. Hoists it forward. Fernandez. Well, the score's only 1-0, but that doesn't tell the full story. He's got options out wide. He's in, surely! Oh, well played. He needed to get that right. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Gets it back. And it's played forward. Noon. Hoists it high. Goalkeeper's ball. And it's half-time here. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, and ultimately produced just one goal. A really decent game up to now.
Well, this team has found a real rhythm to their game. The players seem to have clicked well, there's good movement off the ball, the passes are sticking. No one's afraid to have a go.
Leading 1-0 at the break. Well, the action has already resumed here.
Well, 1-0 may be good enough, so they may err on the side of caution and get more players behind the ball instead of running beyond it. They could even try to spoil it from here, we'll see. Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
Played into space out wide. That's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. Tries to stroke it through. Belts one. Harmash. Gets into some space. Tries to switch the play. Still just a single goal between the sides. And he's made sure that that won't get through. And that's clear cut. It's a free kick. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. We've got amongst the goals here, and now he takes his leave.
I think he's put in a good shift, and their fans appreciate that. I think he could feel pretty happy with the contribution he's made.
Fernandez, who's gone for goal! Oh, that's a terrific save from the keeper.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling.
That's a hit! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
Pedro Neto gathers from the goal kick. He's through. Big chance!
Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped. It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
There's going to be another change here. Gets it back. Sanchez tries to get it forward quickly. Good challenge, he just stood firm. It's being played forward. Shooting chance! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
This is proving to be a very good spell. The intensity is great, but they've got to make it count.
Noon. Gundogan. He came in hard, very hard. Oh, some tackle that.
Peter, we can only applaud that quality of tackle in the circumstances. It was probably goal-saving.
He's Noon! A heavy challenge. Sanchez. And help's available out wide. Gets away from his opponents. Tries one! Oh, and that should have been two.
He got too ahead of himself there, thinking how he could have made things safe.
He spotted the run and played him through. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Keeper sends it forward. And back to base. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Hoists it forward. Has a pop! A real chance and a real let-off.
It was more possible than probable, and the outcome backed it up, Peter.
That'll be a throw. Oh, that's not going to go down too well with his teammates. Boya. That has certainly tested the keeper.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. 2 minutes to be added on. And he's there to cut it out. And time is up. So that's the first round done, and on we go. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, Peter, I'm sure a more comfortable margin would have been preferable, but you can't expect to get your way all the time. I think it was a win earned through game management, and there's...
So here we are, just waiting for the first of the quarter-finals to get underway. 2 of 8 already battle-hardened teams getting ready to oust each other if they can in a very short while from now. This all in a bid to be called champions of Europe. Expectations have shot through the roof as we've moved on a stage. There is a definite belief in both camps that this could be their year. A feeling that can only get stronger with every game from now on. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely picture perfect for a game of this nature. A truly big night of football here ahead of us. It always is when this competition is in town.
Well, we're at the stage, Peter, when the dream becomes believable. The stage of the season when everything takes on a tougher, more pressurised edge. When you want to win all you can, but might have to settle for one. This would be worth settling for, believe me.
So it's away we go then. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Joshua Kimmich. In many ways, the ultimate modern fullback in that he contributes just as much offensively as he does defensively. He seems to have a great instinctive understanding of when to move forward, and that means he rarely gets caught out of position on the counter-attack. He should be a key player for this team.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Lemina does well there, alert. And back to base. Sanchez. Gundogan. And here's Sané. Sané!
Well, I suppose it wasn't the worst attempt if you consider how far out he was. Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what are they trying to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
Whistle's gone, that's foul. Tar. Out to the left it goes. Lofted into the middle. A real chance to break. He's through. Room for a shot. And the shot! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Well, at least the crowd are appreciative of his efforts.
Hoists it forward. Kane. Played down the flank. Davis has it out wide and in space. Deflected behind for a corner kick. They've played it short. A hefty challenge, but fair enough. Forward it goes. Well positioned to make that interception.
Lemina just did a brilliant job there. It was one of those all-or-nothing commitments, and he came up trumps.
Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Well, he acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Over to the left. It is quite a run he's making here. Goes for the cross. Great leap! Good stop. That wasn't easy.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
And he's there to clear it. Kimmich looks to thread it through. Lemina positions himself well and cuts it out. Sané, he's made good progress from a deep position. It's a very good battle there, terrific to watch. Tries to get it forward quickly. Well played, he saw that coming. And here's Kane. No goals as yet. Tries lifting it over, cuts it out. Oh, terrible pass. Kimmich has been caught there, it's a foul.
Kane really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Davis, up to meet it! And oh!
Well, no question as to who's winning the battle in midfield at the moment. Some
real chance! And it's been taken short. Gets wrestled off the ball, and he has been fouled there. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Gets up to head it! And it's played forward. He's made sure that that won't get through. And we hit half-time, so neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goals. So we reach the halfway point.
A very entertaining half, Peter. The game's being played at a really good intensity. It's been open. It's been quite end-to-end, and I think the crowd are really immersing themselves into this, and I just hope we get more of the same in the second half. Something to look forward to.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Well, the first half didn't really produce the goals we'd have liked. Hopefully they've been saved for the second. For that to be the case, though, we'll need to see more energy and invention early on.
Foot in. Noon. Gundogan. Tries to get it forward quickly. Sané. He's tried one. This could fall anywhere. Noon! It's anyone's ball. Oh, that's a fine save.
Well, as tests go, Peter, the keeper has just received an A+ grade.
Shapes to shoot! Just too high.
Lemina came up with a decent crack, but he knew rather quickly he'd gotten underneath it.
We're still waiting for a goal to report here. Noon. And here's the chance to counter. And it's Sané. Finds himself eased off the ball. Done very well to intervene. Keeper sends it forward.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Allen. Gundogan. Plays it out to the flank. Tries to swing it in. And the volley. He's got away with one there.
Well, one sloppy lapse like that can do a lot of damage, and it was triggered by the closing down.
The ball needed to be better there. It's a wasted chance. Lemina. Sané. And Sané! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, maybe their long-range shooting is a little ambitious here, but they have plenty who can smack one, so why not?
Across the field it goes. Nil-nil the score, and we're just about done. A deeply frustrating game. Out to the right. Goes for the cross. It's well blocked. Goes for goal! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, maybe their long-range shooting is a little ambitious here, but they have plenty who can smack one, so why not?
Bayern Munich making another change here. Now, can he capitalise? Sané! Surely this time! That's gone a long way up and away. If we're going to get a winner, it's got to come now.
Well, their tails are certainly highest, and they clearly fancy their chances of ending up winners.
Oh, well played. He needed to get that right.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Kimmich drives it forward, and the counter is on. Hoists it forward, tries a shot! Oh, the ball's come loose! Oh, well defended, that had to be done.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here. Well, he's worked so hard for his side, as you would expect, but you couldn't help notice that he was starting to labour a bit, so it's no surprise.
Sané. Sanchez. Lemina.
Well, what we're witnessing now just goes against the grain. They're not going to get back into the game like this.
That's a promising ball. Questions were asked, and he's given the answers. Forward, he's had a shot! Oh, what about that? And surely that has won the day!
Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they perfected that on the training ground, because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front, and they really commit forward in numbers too. It was all very well drilled.
When the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's how you make an impact as a sub. You know, when most are tiring, you can...
And that's that. Beaten at home, so they're going to have to win away. It is tough. but it is do or die. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, they were posed with problems in wide areas and they couldn't find the solution to those wide defensive positions. A very poor show.
Well, this, of course, is part two of the quarter-final. The hosts did claim a narrow win on the road, which has really turned up the heat on their opponents, who are left with little choice but really to go for it now, to go all out for a win. A warm welcome to everyone who joins us now for what should be a really intense encounter. Everything a brilliant shade of red here, even indeed the outer skin of the stadium when its mightiest occupants are in town. Well, no question about who holds all the cards here. But I guess for the visitors, now is the time to raise their game.
Well, it's going to need a pretty big performance from the visitors, Peter, if they are to overturn this. They say every team is due for such a game or two in every competition, and it really is a case of now or never for them. A time for some of the bigger players in that lineup to stand up and clearly be counted.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway.
It's hardly a surprise, is it? That's what we're here for. A player with this wonderful knack of being able to show up and deliver at important times. Yet another example.
Great corner, and he did the rest.
Well, look, it's often the timing of the jump that dictates what you can do with any header, and if you get it slightly wrong, then you'll struggle. But that was beautifully met, it really was.
Bayern Munich have made their breakthrough, so can they build on it? Timely intervention. Well positioned to make that interception. Belts one. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, it was just some wayward passing that let the opposition in then, and I have to say, a very lucky escape. You lose it there, you expect to be punished.
That is as far as they're going to go. He's got away. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. It upfield. it's Sané. Just brushed off the ball there.
Bayern Munich have pushed both fullbacks into quite advanced positions here.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what are they attempting to do?
Well, it's a bold attempt, in my opinion, to occupy the opposition in a way they're not expecting.
Shade too heavy. People could pick that up. Some good work on the right flank. Now, what's next? And here's Sané. Gnabry. Oh, that's clearly not what he wanted to do. Looking to break out here. Sanchez battles to win it back. Now it's Sané. Firmly met. It's a throw in. And he's there to clear it. Gnabry. Gnabry. Kane. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Gundogan. And it's played forward. And it's Sané. He's put it on the right now. What's on? In comes the delivery. Yeah, Matt. Gundogan. Plays it out to the flank. Delivers across. Clearance and very necessary. Kane is fouled. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Going through. Well, the crowd clearly like what they just saw. Some real no-nonsense defending. Tar. Ball's out on the left now. And the counter is on. He's pinged one through here. And that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Distance on that. Kimmich. Kane. Out to the right. Torreira gets it back. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
You have to admire.
Sané! Oh, that was no routine save.
Sané simply didn't do anything wrong. He was thwarted by brilliance.
Cleared away. Managed to get it away. Gundogan. Played out to the right. Certain amount of room for debate here, but a goal kick's been given. The final action of the first half. There we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, and there has only been that one goal. It was very, very tight.
Well, they definitely won't be happy with that half. They seem to lack a bit of desire, especially going forward. It wouldn't surprise me to see a change or two.
Here we go again.
Well, it seems like the perfect situation for fortune favouring the brave. 45 minutes to pack in enough risk-taking to get this match turned around. It's very doable.
And he's there to clear it. For a throw. And it's Gundogan. Gundogan pings it out wide. And it's hoisted clear. That'll go straight through to the keeper. Gundogan. Great run this, he's covered quite a distance.
Well, we don't need to guess that they expect plenty of ball into the box.
It's quite a crowd scene in the middle now.
Well, it's a situation that requires resilience now and plenty of fighting spirit. It has to be matched.
Kimmich. Now by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Promising move that. Good inroads into enemy territory, but no joy. Played back in, Sané. It's out for a goal kick. Bayern Munich are making a change now. Kimmich goes looking. Kane. Gnabry. And the ball is out of play. Battles to win it back. Hoists it forward. It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Run and he's happy to keep going. Bayern Munich making another change here. Tar. Davis. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Done very well to intervene. And it's Icardi. Davis. Tar. Tries to get it forward quickly. Davis. He's making good use of his strength there, just refuses to be out-muscled. Just brushed off the ball there. Helps available out wide. Sané. Oh, nice touch. And that has been cleared. Almost nothing left on the clock here. Now just moments away from a semi-final place. And it's Sané. Whipped in. Defending of the desperate variety. Oh, they could break here. He's played him through. Gets away from his opponents. Oh, he's been flattened there. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. That's it. They are out. Beaten in the first leg, beaten again in the second. There is little room for argument. They were second best. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Listen, losing is never a nice experience, especially in knockout football, and it's all about learning from your mistakes and growing as a team, so this can act as a good learning curve for them. In defeat, there are still positives to take from this.